Picking back up, my question was I'd asked you to explain dosage and pricing for the populace that has no idea. We're talking the two main products on the street, right? The M and the F.
Mm-hmm.
So pricing, breakdown, and what would be the average, if there is such a thing, of dose, I guess I'd say.
So, I don't know too much. I'll start off with saying M, which is what I use. It's my DOC. DOC meaning drug of choice. It is what I enjoy. For $5, I can get a point. A point is 1/10 of a gram. A gram is so
10 points to a gram?
yeah, I believe so. 10 points to a gram, and then there are 16 grams to an ounce. No. I'm really bad with that. Anyway,
Okay, so
if you buy in small quantities, it's more expensive. So the more you buy, the more you get. You could, if you buy point for point, you're losing money. But if you were to say buy a ball, for example, which is or a half ball, I believe is 3.5 grams, would go for $40. Now, think of that for a second. Point, $5. 35 points. 35 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 carry the 2. Da, da, da. You can already see it's over $100. So, the more you spend, the more you have.
Yeah.
That's generally how that works.
Right.
Now, you mentioned dosage. That is highly varied, depending on the user. There are different kinds of users, different kinds of addicts. You have addicts who use all day, every day. Then you have addicts who go on benders, weekend warriors, they use on the weekend. Or you have functioning addicts. They are addicts that use, but they still function in society as a productive member of society. They hold jobs, they have families, yada, yada, yada. But they're users.
Right. So...
I'm going to say real quick.
Sure.
So, with M, you see people that use M on the street. Sometimes you'll see them dancing around, saying, talking to things that aren't there, paranoia and whatnot. Psychosis. M can induce psychosis. Use it enough because M keeps you up.
Yes.
Which is also another name for it. It's called up. Whereas F is called down.
Right.
So up because it keeps you up, and down because it puts you down.
Yeah.
Puts you to bed.
Yeah.
Or kill.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I know the girls on the street use the M to stay awake at night, to stay away from predation. I've made videos about that before. People think they're passed out on the F in the doorways or the park or wherever, but really they've used the M to stay awake, and then they're finding somewhere where they feel safe to sleep during the day. Anyways, back to dosage, I guess.
So it varies depending on person, right? Some people use more than others.
So a maintenance or societally functioning individual, how many points a day? And I know you can't nail that down, but as an average or something.
So I'll give an example. I'll use myself as an example because I classified myself as a functioning addict back in 2019 because I held a I held a job. I was working 12-hour shifts. I was working, on average, 55 to 60 hours a week. A functioning addict will be responsible. They will not use at work. So generally, when it comes to usage, they say that if you're going to use, you don't use within 8 hours of working. So I always made sure that when I was using M, that I had been sober for at least 8 hours, so that I had a clear mind. Because it can, as I said before, alter the way you think. It can, your judgment isn't as clear. You might be anxiety-ridden or whatnot. It does different things to different people. Anyway, I was safe. I didn't want to jeopardize other people. Just because I use doesn't mean I need to put other people at risk. That's a responsible user. I'm also the kind of user where I try to keep things clean. I pick up after myself. And I never used to be one of those people that would use in the public, but I don't mind now. However, if I see any children, parents walking by or coming nearby, I'll stop. I'll hide my stuff, and I'll tell everybody else, hey, there's kids going by.
I saw you do that yesterday, and you're the first person I've seen do that, because the location we're at is very common pass through for the public and for people to congregate and, well, I'll say use. You're the first person I've ever seen say, hey, incoming, put it on the lowdown. I've never seen that before. Let's leave this one here because people like shorts.